I'm back. You bitches thought you was getting rid of me, and I'm back once again. So, it's been a long time. So, what's been going on, y'all? Your boy is back. Your boy is back. So, let me wait till a few of y'all get in here. Like the live, like the live, like the live. Um, we gonna address a few things. Come on in here. Come on in here. Cause it's been some girls that wants to talk, but then now that I start talking, it's an issue. So now we gonna talk about it. So come on in here so we can address what we need to address. So I've been gone for a minute, so I'm gonna give y'all. I've been gone for a minute to take care of some of the things that I need to take care of. Life been happening. So people think that I like to, you know, give my money to escorts, suck a little dick, take a little dick, or whatever. They all be worried about what be going on in my life and in my world. But yet, hey Nick, good evening. But they ain't bothered by their own life. So let me address a few things. Let me run down my resume just in case you didn't know. I have a bachelor's degree in sociology and psychology and a master's degree in mental health counseling. So, therefore, what does that mean? I'm very qualified to do what I'm doing. I have a career that I've been doing for a long time, and I'm very good at what I do. So what I do on these lives is totally different than how I handle myself in a professional setting. But see, if you girls were smart enough to understand that, you know the difference. So when I'm saying what I'm saying on these lives with Aaron Wiles Out, shout out to Aaron Wiles Out in the kickoff, I'm saying this from a professional standpoint and a audience member and as a viewer on these shows that y'all are on. If you show your ass on these shows, that's not my fault. That's what you showed in the package that you chose to do, and I'm critiquing off of that. If you don't want me to say anything off of what you're doing on these shows, get the fuck off these shows, and then I won't critique you. Two, every time you come for me, wheelchair this, your bald head ass dreads, and this is that and the other. If you care so much about my appearance and how I look and how fab you are, and this is a shout out to Ken, bitch. If you want to talk about me and how ugly I am and how I'm a crib keeper, give me some of that money you brag about that you always want to tell people you got. Cause without that money, you ain't shit, bitch. Um, to Sammy, let me address you real quick. Baby, I had no issue with you before this show, but I have an issue with you now. Because as a grown man, grown woman, however you identify, I said what I said. You girls in the web reality space, you use this friend word very, very loosely. And see, the problem is that your friend, as you said yesterday on the bald headed bitches live, that you know your friend's character. Did you know your friend was busting it wide open for OnlyFans? Did you know your friend was on the brink of death? But was he calling you for that? He was calling me and using my expertise for that. But see, they're not going to tell you that. But then they were traveling across the earth and the seas for dick and ass at certain amounts of hours. But then when I asked to be seen and supported, then it's an issue. You can't do that. Why is that? So when I call you to the carpet, then you want to say that I'm doing too much, I'm inconsiderate. Am I doing too much when you need me? So, yes, I'm hurt. So, for you to even be saying you know his character, but you don't know my character is asinine because before all this, I didn't have an issue with you. On top of that, for you to even come on these platforms and lie and scheme and do the things that you did, baby, it was on camera what you did. The lying to Tramel, the playing fake with Tramel, being with Ken because Ken benefited you more than Tramel. I'm saying this as a viewer. Did you not do these things? I wasn't the only reviewer that said these things. But then you get mad at me for saying these things. Make it make sense to me. And as a grown adult, I went to your husband and said, well, I want to work with you, but I don't want to work with you if I have a problem with your man. So let's try to work this out so that we can be adults about it. You, on the other hand, said, well, there's not a problem, there's no issue, this, is that, and the other. But if you said you were side eyeing me because your friend was side eyeing me, to y'all, to the five people that are on this live, does that seem like a problem? You've already taken sides, just like you took sides with Ken and the rest of the crew, with Nova and everybody else. You try to act like you're neutral, but you're not. So, yes, therein lies my issue. So then you want to go with Harviana and these girls that don't like me because I've shut you down. I've hit to the point of you want to go low with me, I'm going to the pits of hell with you. But then I'm not supposed to go that route because it's how dare you? How dare you do these things because you have a nasty mouth? But you didn't think about those things and how you could hurt me because hurting me didn't matter. You didn't care about none of how I felt because, according to you, you've seen me in the web reality world, in the web reality space, reading people, but you didn't see what they did in order for me to respond. I have tried to waved the white flag. I've tried to ignore these people, even with YB. When YB has a problem with other people, he brings my name up as a reference. If you don't like me, don't bring my name up. You are mad for me saying you have a bias, which you do, something that I said back in season 2 of Chasing Dallas. We are 5 years later, and this lady is still talking about this. They talking about, well, I want you to go on your platform and do your thing and say what you got to say. I'm on my platform. Are y'all supporting it? I'm on other people's platforms giving y'all clout. Y'all don't have a problem with it when it works out for y'all. So even when I was went as far as to selling my books, it's an issue. You sprawled out with your ass out all naked, seeing that diaper booty ass and this, that, and the other. If that's not your cup of tea, then don't support. But I'm telling my story with how these people have done me. But but if it doesn't apply to you and it it doesn't concern you, then you don't look at it. You don't look at the positive things that I do. You don't look at the fact that I'm very good at what I do, but you like to read and roast and everything else. So it's fair game when I say what I say. So here's the thing. When I'm on these panels with Aaron Wiles out again, shout out to the kickoff and the things that we've done. Let's be clear. Aaron and I do very well. I was the one that said that let's do the kickoff. We do really well together. We have an opinion. I was the one that tried to knock some sense into Nova, tried to get her to understand, I've been the enemy. I've understood what you were saying, you know, trying to be empathetic. She was the one coming for me and saying Rolly this and Rolly that. You don't know me to be saying all that. So when I call you a man with a wig and a mustache, then I'm misgendering you. Then I'm doing all these things when I'm trying to understand you. It bothers me because they always look at what I say in the aftermath instead of what was said to me beforehand. First of all, I'm grown. I'm almost 45 years old. Yes, I am, and I don't look it, and I've accomplished a lot. But I have common sense enough to know you don't say certain things to certain people because it can come back on y'all. Y'all are in the moment, y'all are vain, y'all don't realize in the brink of an eye that y'all could be talking about somebody's looks. And guess what? Y'all will be out there in the same predicament just like me. Miss Ken, especially you. You with your bad wigs and bad ass attitudes, you want somebody to kiss your ass and tell you you're perfect. Well, guess what, girl? I'm not doing that. Just like this morning, every single time that I say something to Sammy, I say something to Noel, I say something to Q, you say something. But then this morning, I decided to wake your ass up and send you a message that quoted, I'm not jealous of you. I want you to sit your ass down and shut up because I'm tired of you. I want you to go somewhere and sit the fuck down. You decided to call me a crib keeper, call me ugly, all these different things. I may be ugly, I may be all these things, but guess what? You're bothered, you're mad, you're all these things, but you respond first. And once again, you are still mad about something that I said in the Meet the Cast, and yet still decided to tell me what it was that I said towards you, because I said a lot. What was I disrespectful towards them about? Tell me quickly. Quickly. Full on go. What was I disrespectful towards them about? Because what I said in the Meet the Cast was Ken gives me a uppity girl. She gives me that she's better than everybody. Everything that I said has come true in the season. So where was I disrespectful? Quickly, because you opened your mouth and said that. What did I say that was disrespectful? Because I'm trying to understand something. But they always want to come for my looks, my disability, and all these things. But then when I go to hell, there's a limit that I'm supposed to go. No, ma'am. So, like I said, like they told me my legs was dead. Like I told her, her sperm was dead. That's why she can't have kids. So there's no limit to what I can say once you disrespect me. See, the thing is that you girls are too sensitive. See, whether I'm buying dick or whatever and talking about it in the book or whatever I'm doing that these girls say that I'm doing, I can admit to what I'm doing. You can't hurt me with things that I'm telling on myself about. See, the fact of the matter is that these girls, Sammy, Ken, Sean, Harviana, all these girls are upset that I live in my truth. I roll in my truth. I will in my truth, whatever you want to call it, and comfortably, and you can't shake me about it. See, that's the thing that bothers these girls. I have the confidence to do what I'm doing, and it's okay. And another thing, what makes me unqualified as opposed to Twan? I've been in this game just as long as he has and have said the same things, but y'all respect him more so than me. Not that I'm begging for y'all respect, but I do very well for what I do. Like I said, I've been a licensed professional counselor for over 15 years with tons and tons of experience and certifications. So what you bitches think does not matter because y'all are only a slither of the population that does not like me. And it's going to be a whole bunch of bitches that don't like me. But you will never come to my face and say that. So you like to internet thug and keyboard thug like you always do and say the things that you say and do the things that you do. None of you girls will step towards me. Sammy, I'm not jealous of the fact that you got a man and a house and all that. Because all these things that you have, I can get. But what you are insecure and jealous about is the fact that you got a man and ain't married. You talking about my character flaws, but what's wrong with your character flaws? You dishonest, you a liar, you a bitch, you a hoe, you a slut, all these other things. But you won't admit that. But you love to tell me the type of person that I am. Pot meat kettle. So I just wanna tell y'all, the more that you all try to come at me, I'ma come harder. So the saying goes for all of y'all. If you can't beat them, join. So as Kaya would say, you better respect me or get the fuck on. Cause one thing I'm not gonna do is I'm not gonna stop for you. None of y'all. Because y'all like to shut me down and think y'all doing something and y'all ain't doing a motherfucking thing. Not nothing. Let me see y'all resumes. Let me see what y'all doing for yourself that's really legit. But sitting on YouTube all day, keyboard thugging and doing whatever the fuck you do. Because regardless of when I get off of YouTube or whatever, if I'm on somebody's live, I'm doing something for the community, whether you see it or not. And guess what? While we at it, join my YouTube because I'm starting a segment called Tony Talks. And I'm actually going to show my therapy skills since y'all think I ain't doing nothing. So I'm going to show you what I do really well. So it's time to start showing what I do and getting into action. So I'm going to show you what I can do well instead of telling you. So if you want to support even the bitches in the bushes that hate, you can come see what I do. So how this is gonna work, if you have an issue or a problem and you need some advice, come to me. Because I'm actually good at what I do. Um, for the record, again, I don't care about what none of you girls say. But the one thing you will not do is disrespect me and demand respect. Because it's not going to happen. It's not. Harviana, let's make this clear. You did not fire me, I quit. And for the record, I made a mistake in telling you the things that I should have told you when it came to dealing with that individual. Thinking that I was cool with you and it backfired in my face. And then, yes, that person did say that they were going to harm me. based off of what y'all said. Even though I never really said anything disrespectful, they did say those things. And you wanted me to prove to you that this did happen, because had I proved to you that it did happen, it wouldn't have made no difference. You still would have made a lie out of it and made fun of it. So me saying you being a drunk alcoholic bitch after you disrespect me and my legs and all these other things, I'm going too far because you're grieving. But you can say anything else out of your mouth about me? No, it doesn't work like that. In 2026, I'm going to give the same energy you give me. You give me a bitch, I'm giving you a bitch. But for the rest of this year, you will see me elevate. Another thing is, I have another book coming out, and you girls can do whatever you want to do with it. You can write bad reviews on it because I've seen you do it. You can do whatever you want to do, but all publicity, whether bad, is good publicity. So I'm gonna stop talking and show you what I do. If you mad about anything I said, girls, come get me. But you're not gonna do that. You're gonna sit behind these YouTube keyboards and do what the fuck you do. Be keyboard thugs and do what the shit that you do. Follow the people that cause the most drama, but then you live for them. But bitches that tell the truth, you can't stand. Or bitches that you feel that aren't in your caliber, like me, you disrespect. But that ends today. Q, let me reference you while we're at it. I never made fun of your jail sentence. I pretty much said that it's something deeper that I knew that you were going through. And I was trying to get you to understand that I wasn't making fun of it, but I just wanted you to understand that you have to be responsible for your own behavior, and that you lashing out and doing the things that you were doing to me was used as an to excuse for the bad behavior. It's not that I didn't dislike you. It's none of that. It's just that I wanted you to see that this wasn't the way to go. But again, coming from me, somebody that 9 times out of 10, you've been told not to respect, to look out for. I don't know whether it's from production or from other cast members or wherever, you get offended by some of the things that I say. And the thing is, just come to me and talk to me instead of assuming anything. Because sometimes my critiques aren't always bad because I actually like you. Because again, I'm growing too, and I see some of me and some of y'all. So that's why my critiques are what they are. But again, coming from me, it's not going to be taken in that way. It's going to be taken as you throwing shade, you doing this, you doing that. How dare you being in the position that you're in, say the things that you say? You know, I actually have legit responses to giving y'all some advice. But because y'all aren't or don't want to listen, y'all are going to automatically take it as an attack. See, y'all have blamed me for years for causing division in the web reality spaces, but it's actually the people that y'all stand, the Harveyanas, the YBs. It be those people, but for some reason, y'all seem to want the Shans, but y'all seem to want to stand for that. Y'all don't want the truth. Y'all want this fake reality of, oh, I want to live for this person, but that person is miserable, fat, funky, amongst other things, and they want to cause misery upon other people instead of just growing themselves. But hey, what do I know? I don't know nothing. I'm just little old me with some experience and doing my own growth. But I don't even know why I'm even trying to say all this to get y'all to respect me because y'all not. But again, like I said, one thing y'all will not do is y'all will not continue to disrespect me. So, as a result, I'm going to just show you. And so, tune in to my segment, Tony Talks, that will be, um, well, not Tony Talks, advice from Tony, excuse me, because it's already a Tony Talks. Advice from Tony. Um, Coming soon, and like I said, um, my book is coming out. And in the meantime, you can always grab my books. Don't get effed up and POA that are on Amazon. Um, because I have been working on those. Nick, do you prefer to be called Tony or Roland? Um, Either one is doesn't matter because I have my Roland Rebel brand, so so that's my brand name, and Tony is my name, so it doesn't matter. Um, so I'm just gonna show you at this point because I'm tired of sitting in the background and people thinking I'm a nobody when really I'm somebody that you're mad about. So, as I said, stay tuned for that. You can support my books. You can support the new book that I have coming out that'll be coming out the end of summer, beginning of fall. Um, and let's talk about that real quick too. Because when the other books came out, y'all were saying, oh, somebody else wrote these books. You didn't have anything to do with it. No, let's be clear about that. I have a business partner, and I was there during the whole process for both of my books. Matter of fact, all three of my books, because I have another book that I was working on a collaboration with. So again, I have three books under my name that that I have worked on for over the course of the years. So it's not that I'm just talking out the side of my ass and really haven't put in the work for these books. I really have done the thing. I just, for some reason, have felt insecure and wanted to be in the background. Moment of vulnerability. But now, today, it's time to get to the foreground. See, let me make something clear. When people always wanted to say you was mad because you didn't get on chasing, yes, in the beginning, I was that. But in reality, looking back at it, I didn't need to be on chasing because looking at how they treated Althea, do I want to be on Chasing? Looking at how they treated Kendra, do I want to be on Chasing? Looking at how they treated Wayne, do I want to be on Chasing? So it gives, if you're not in that aesthetic of the person that the viewers like, or the cast likes, or production likes, you're not going to make it anyway. So I would be portrayed as the villain, which I don't have an issue with because I know who I am and I know what I stand for. So my whole goal in the beginning was to do the um Imani Van Zant. Then later on, I wanted to be a cast member because it could be something different. Yeah, I would be the butt of the joke, of the laughing stock. But in reality, and I knew that, and I knew that. But then also, I felt like there was a bigger picture for me. That's the reason that I wanted to be a part of it. It wasn't, I knew that there was going to be something, I knew that there was going to be something extra to it because I knew that people were going to feel like I was lying, or people were going to feel like I was doing this for attention, or nobody wants to see that. But if you don't want to see it, then don't watch. Do you want drama, 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 or do you want chase? Or is it just me? And if you don't like me, that's fine. And so, to your point, Nick, I knew that I was going to be a laughing stock. But and I think I want to address this too. I always felt like Andario felt like I was dogging his platform. And it wasn't that I was dogging his platform. It's the fact that it's the fact that I clearly saw some favoritism within the group. And people at first, was like, well, I like Oliver, I like this, I like that. And then, as we saw from season 6, when people got bigger than the program, they started, saying, well, I don't need chasing no more. I'm going on to bigger and better things, and then dogging the platform, which is what I said from the beginning. But because that person didn't like me at the time, they weren't going to take what I said seriously. I don't want no thank you. It was just the fact that, hey, this is what I see. Because I see how people move, and I see how, things are going to go. And I was saying these things all these years as a spectator because I came into this world as a spectator, a watcher, a reviewer. But I always felt like I had to show and prove, and it never was going to be good enough. So it's like when people were telling me to, get my own platform, which I understood that, and I understood the advice that they were trying to give me, it was just at that point, I wasn't ready to do those things because in my mind, I got to get myself together. I need to step away and I need to just figure out what I need to do. People made fun of the fact that, oh, you living in a hotel, but you buying dick and you doing this and you doing that. But the same people that were sitting in that hotel laying up with me, you were getting money from me. And the fact that you would listen to other people about my living conditions and all these other things, that just shows your character. But through God's grace and all those other things, I've managed to get myself together and be humble and get my own apartment and do the things that I do. And people want to make fun of it. Oh, you getting a social security check, you doing this and you doing that. See, if you were minding your own business in your own home with your own things, you wouldn't be worried about what I'm doing. But instead, you will be trying to understand, well, what is a person's life like that has a disability? So now, yeah, I come on other people's platforms to just listen and spectate. But for some unknown reason, roll on seems to come up. Roll on this, roll on that, roll on this, roll on that. Y'all girls do not want to admit y'all need me in these spaces. Because without me and a few other people, that gives you clicks and views. Some of y'all don't have the personality, don't have the chutzpah, don't have the it factor to do the things on your own. You have to grab other people to do the job. See, if you were focused on your own platform and stop being jealous of other people and working together, the web reality space would be so much better. Nick said, but let them get in an accident, then have to apply for long term or short term. Yeah, but they don't. But they don't understand that concept, and I'm not here to teach them that. But see, the fact of the matter of it is that I was fortunate enough to go to college and graduate from college. Whether you want to think my degree is legit or not, I have four of them. Yeah, so I worked very hard for what I do. So yeah, so why would I want to rely on a disability check for the rest of my life? Now, this disability is not going to go anywhere, but I earned the right to have the career that I have. Again, this is me chasing something, me earning something. Now I'm into the space of writing and writing my own story. And people even said, well, how traumatic is it? It's traumatic, but then you talking about, oh, you talking about you buying dick and you doing this and you doing that. But you missed the point. You missed the plot. The story is about me growing up in St. Louis, me growing up having to manage my disability, me growing up and navigating through school and adolescence and in relationships. Yes, I got involved with escorts, but the fact of the matter, you're missing the plot. My everyday struggle in life is the goal of these stories. But see, it takes for people to have common sense to understand it. You girls don't. See, here's the thing. I really want people to understand, even if the three of y'all, I appreciate the three of y'all being on here and listening and understanding and empathizing and whatever else you take from this is that take this ride with me in this journey with me that I'm really gonna show you who I am instead of a sideshow spectacle. You know, there's more to me than what you see on the web reality spaces. And if you can look outside of how I behave on these live, then you can see a real person. You can see a real person. Um, like I said, I want on this platform, I'm going to show, you know, my skills as a therapist. I'm not gonna be your therapist, but I'll give you some advice on, hey Katiana, on how to deal with certain things. Like I said, come to my Tony Talks segment on YouTube that I'm gonna start starting in June. So if you have issues with anxiety, if you have issues with depression, if you have advice that you want to have about it, get about a situation, come to me and ask me. I'm good at what I do. So I can give you some good advice and some good resources on how to handle these things. So it's time to show you what I do. It's time to show and prove. And so I'm gonna make these girls eat their words. So that segment is gonna start in June, and I have some other things that I want to reveal later on. That I have some surprises for you that I've been working on. So for those of y'all that are really down for me and really gonna support, just stay tuned for that. I'm working on that. But like I said, I want to give a shout out to Aaron for giving me the opportunity to be on the kickoff to showcase another side of me and to motivate me to get back to doing this. So shout out to him. I really appreciate that. But I really I really do appreciate those that rock with me because you know this has been a long, long, long journey. And it's been one that hasn't been easy. I know that, for some of y'all, I've been hell on wheels, but it's it's all a part of growth, and I'm still growing into the person that I want to become, so give me some grace for that. Shout out to Carl, to Althea, to Tony, to Tremel, those people, and even Dominique. Um, those people are genuine and supporting me and repping me, even though they tug on my wig a few times. They show me love. But for the rest of those girls, and you know who you are, um, so be it. You know, I just feel like this is a time for me to rise and show the eagle that I am. You girls been laughing, but now it's time for me to have the last laugh. So stay tuned. Um, Follow me, follow me, follow me if you haven't. Roland's Revenge is my channel. Follow me on all other social media platforms. Like I said, I'm gonna be promoting my books. I'm gonna be doing other interviews with other, bloggers and things. I'm gonna take you through the process of writing my next book since people don't believe that I wrote my other three or I was in participation with it, whatever you want to call it. Um, so stay tuned for that. Um, and just thank you for those that are here and those that are supporting me. And through all this, I may be a lot of things, but one thing I am is a smart ass man. I may play a lot. I'm smart. I give a lot, and it's time for me to give back. I've done some things. Now it's time for me to show you what I could do. Um, and even maybe next time I get on camera so y'all can see me. So since the girls love to say I look like a crib keeper, you might as well show my crib keeper face. Maybe we'll get a me and Ken resolution, me and Sammy resolution one day. But what's gonna have to happen is these girls are gonna have to admit what they done. Katiana, you said talk your shit, Roland. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, Anybody got any questions, comments, or things they want to ask? Um, because I'm here to answer it. Um, one other thing. Um, I forgot to mention that people kept saying, "Oh, well, you have multiple pages. You have multiple pages." Um, the only pages that I have on Instagram, to be clear, is the Tony Rebel 14 page, and then the Roland the Writer page, which is the business page. Any other page that you see with my name on it or my picture on it are not me. Let's be clear about that. I don't have time to be doing that because, like I said, I'm in a whole different space trying to do other things, trying to look out for my family, the ones that really care about me and support me. So I don't have time to be trolling y'all. If I'm going to say the things that I'm going to say, you will see this YouTube that I'm on, the Instagram that you always see me on. I don't mind saying this is me. I don't have to troll and you know use other people's pictures and profiles to pretend to be somebody else. That ain't me. That ain't never been me. That never will be me. If I'm gonna come to you. I'm gonna come to you direct. So for those of y'all that are saying, "Oh, he got multiple pages. He does this. He does that." Let that go. Y'all can't move on from the past. But y'all want to play these games? I can play too. But I'm gonna win. I'm guarantee you. I'm gonna win. So it's y'all choice. What y'all want to do? I mean, I'm here for it. Let me know. So this is a message to Ken, Sammy, Sean, Harviana, YB. All y'all can block me, but hee ha ha, and do all the things that you say. Call me all kind of cripple motherfuckers and cripple bastards and crip keepers, and all these things. But guess what? You block me because you can't take me. So guess what? I win. I win because all of y'all are sensitive pieces of shit that I roll on. All of y'all can talk it, but you can't back it up. All of y'all have disrespected me in a way and are man enough or woman enough to apologize. I don't want your apology, but then you think you can bully me, but you can't. So we can go blow for blow. Your choice. But again, every time you want to respond, I'm going to have a response video. But I'm going to bring it with content. So it's your choice. You want to play? Let's play ball. Again, look out for my segment, Advice from Tony, coming out in June. And also look out for, you know, the behind the scenes looks of me putting my books together, which are also coming out this summer. Um, and to see me more on my own platform, and plus with Aaron and the kickoff panel. So I'm hoping to get my channel off the ground and to get monetized. So follow, 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 spread the word. You know, tell the girls I'm back. You know, the troller is back, but in rare form, in a more serious form. So if y'all ready to go on the ride with me, let's go. Hop on the back of the wheelie and let's ride out. Again, send this to the girls because you know they watching from the background. And I'll holler at y'all later when I see y'all on the kickoff panel on Thursday. Peace.